Oh, jeez, that scared me. Got a little goblin here. It's like a mutant rat. What is up, and welcome back, everybody. Potato Slayer 3 here, back on our raft. Now, today, we're hoping we can get over to the other island that we were looking at last time, which looks like we're just on the edge of seeing it here. And also, I'm hoping to do a little bit more expansion on our wings here. Now, I'm not sure how the object spawning system works in this game, but if it goes based off of the center of your raft, and then objects just kind of spawn around the center, that would be great, because that means we can extend this way just probably 10 more, 5 more on each side, and we'd be able to cover every area that these resources spawn in. And I think that would be amazing to just be collecting everything all the time. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to have to expand our storage area, but we did do a little bit of expanding last time, so we're not too far from being there. And then also, as I fall into the water, also if we expand outwards on every side, that'll give us more space to fill in these kind of wings, and then we can build some cool stuff on our raft later on. Now, for now, though, I'm going to try to get over to this island, and I'll see what I can collect on our way over there. Alright, in land ho here, we have found our next story island, and it looks like it's a massive yacht in the middle of the ocean. So let's get onto this island and see what we can find on this yacht here. Alright, so I did a quick lap around the yacht, and it looks like the only way to get on is to the back area here. So looks like there's authorized personnel only. We're going to break the rules just a little bit here. Spooky. Alright. Just waiting for like a skeleton to pop out or something. So I mentioned last episode when we found some of the notes. If you guys wanted me to wait around and listen to them so you guys could hear the story, or if you wanted me to just skip those and then show little snippets or let you guys pause on the actual notes and read them yourselves if you wanted to, or just skip over them. Now, last episode I also didn't have in-game audio working, but it should be working now. So let's flip this switch here. Looks like that didn't do anything, and then, oh, actually turn the light on over top of our note here. So for this episode, I am going to listen to them. If you guys want to let me know in the comments below if you want to hear them or not, that'd be great. So let's get right into this.
I heard from the captain we're heading for one of the high-rises down south. I can only hope you come to your senses and follow us. You knew the city was a failure, Ruben. Why do you always have to be so stubborn?
Alright, that was a pretty short one. So looks like there's not anything else in this air room. We did find a receiver, which I remember how to open my journal here, which is found items. So I believe it's a recorder, sorry. So maybe that'll be something we use later on in this yacht. Yep, that crowbar was something that we did find here. Magically bust open this door. Oh, jeez, that scared me. Got a little goblin here. It's like a mutant rat. Oh, jeez. Alright, so that was slightly terrifying, but it did give us some raw meat, so that's going to be great because we are running low on our food supply. Let's hope we don't see too many of those, but it is good that we crafted some better tools in our last episode, because I don't think that battle would have gone any better if it was just the wooden spear. You can just hear the noises of them creeping around upstairs. This is kind of terrifying. I don't do too well with horror games, but this is supposed to be a family-friendly game. So it looks like we need bolt cutters, and we're picking up some stuff down here. I did find some a mushroom omelet and a strawberry culotta, so that's pretty nice. We're definitely going to be eating these later on. And I should have cleared up my inventory before coming down into here, but I found a lot more than I thought I would. Looks like we need a blue key as well. A little scared to open these doors after what happened last time here. Looks like this room is safe. And we have a red key, but that's not the key we're looking for. Well, this yacht seemed like a luxury cruise from the outside, but the inside is definitely a lot scarier than the outside looks. Oh, and looks like this is our red key door. Hopefully there's no more of those mutant rats in here. We have a mechanical part, which I believe is something that'll come up in our journal here. Along with the receiver, looks like we picked up a gas tank along the way as well. And I'm out of inventory space, so definitely gonna need to make a trip back. Ignoring the sounds of the mutant rats on the other side of this wall, looks like we need a this list of stuff here, and I believe we have just one of them at the moment, which is a gas tank, and this requires 5 mechanical parts, so I'm gonna make a mental note of that. Here are the bolt cutters that we needed for the other room, and one more note.
I saw a large rat last night. Unnervingly large. I tried telling the crew we obviously have an infestation among the lockdown supplies. They laughed at me. I miss you, Ruben.
That was definitely an unnervingly large rat that we found in the other room. So let's get back to where those bolt cutters were. And using our magic powers again, we do get to open this door with our bolt cutters. And here's the blue key, which we need for a room just down the hall, and another note.
Keeps complaining about my roots. If he does it again, he will be reprimanded. The crew doesn't listen to orders. I'm shocked by their undisciplined nature. Somehow they believe rank and prestige disappeared with solid land. No, they will not be allowed to mingle among my esteemed guests, and they will certainly not be allowed further rations. They should be grateful. I am the only reason they are alive.
Alright, so Olaf seems to be just a little crazy, but who isn't these days? Looks like we do have a staircase, which is not creepy at all here. I can hear the rats moving around, but I cannot see anything in this room. I do apologize for the darkness. I will try to adjust in the settings as much as I can afterwards, but I believe this game is on max brightness right now, and it's still pretty dark for me. Alright, so it looks like there was a way back out into the open here, where hopefully it's safer than inside. We do have bullets on the bar here, and another note.
The crew is completely incompetent. Now they're claiming rats have eaten half of our supplies in a matter of weeks. I promised them increased rations if they could bring me one of these ridiculous lurkers alive. Of course, the food shortage will need to be handled. Tonight we're discussing which staff members are most suitable for termination.
Alright, I think half the food rations are going to be them with the rats if they stay around. I could just hear them moving around upstairs. So I looked around this area for a bit, and it looks like the only way is to go up more. Actually, I somehow missed these rooms down here.
What does that mean? You can't just fire them. We're out at sea.
Hanna, you were brought to keep the engines running. That is what you...
That's one of those damn rats. What are you doing to it?
Get out! Do your job.
The rats don't sound like they're too happy about whatever Olaf was doing with the one he had on hand. Oh, and there's one now. They don't seem too bad to kill, and they do give us some meat, which is great. Looks like we have a safe in this room. Requires a 4-digit code. Interesting. So somewhere we have to find that code. Maybe it'll be a note or something that we pick up. We do have some of the mechanical parts needed, and also some of the parts needed for the other crafting thing that was downstairs. This looks like this is a supply room. Alright, nothing else on this floor so far, unless we go outside. But let's just take a look upstairs, fight off Ratatouille real quick. And then see what's going on around here. So I made a quick trip back to my raft to fill in, to empty my inventory here, and I'm not sure if they spawned after I entered the raft, or the yacht or something, but I found 2 more mechanical parts, which brings us up to 6. So we can craft this one side here, which gives us a car jack, and now this looks like we're missing a lighter and electrical wires for this side. So that's going to be something we're looking out for. But now we have a car jack, so I'll be interested to see where that's used. Alright, back to where I was before I emptied my inventory out. There was the 4-digit code on this table, so we can go back to the safe, and another note here.
Lurkers have potential. They were clearly once rats, now grown into something much more rabid, yet also smarter. I've already made progress on their training. With food and pain as incentives, I can discipline them. And by sharing their blood, the mutations increase. I wonder if another species would react the same. I've received a transmission from a place called Caravan Town, not far from here. They have an active animal population. No longer do I need this makeshift crew. I will create true soldiers. Loyal soldiers.
Sounds like Olaf is building himself an army of rats here, which is not bad, because these ones are pretty easy to fend off, but if they're still mutating, that's definitely very bad. So let's look real quickly what's inside this safe here. With my magic powers, looks like we got electrical wires, which is one more thing towards the other crafted thing.
Urgent! There's mist now! We don't know how far the water's risen! The maps are useless! We need to—
The crew are planning a mutiny, Captain. It is time to act.
Mutiny? They're just trying to stay alive! Are you mad?
I gave you a chance to live. Now we have to protect ourselves from the masses. We will use the lurkers to our advantage.
Sounds like there might have been a little bit of a war going on in this yacht. That explains its condition. After a bit more running around, my spear broke because the rats keep spawning, but I found the key card for this room. So we got a fancy little library or captain's area. We got a green key here. I did see the door for that. Looks like that's the only thing in this room. I also found a door which required an explosive of some sort, and I believe that is what we're building with. If my journal would open. There we go, which I believe is what we're building with the propane tank, electrical wires, and bullet. So that'll be cool to see. I also found the area with the car jack. So for now, fighting these rats should be pretty easy with the bow. As long as this thing doesn't break, we should be alright. So with my magic powers, let's open up this room here, which sounds like there's rats in it. It seems clear to me. We're finding a good amount of food on this this yacht, so that's very nice to have because we were running low. I was afraid I was going to have to do some fishing. We found some biofuel, which I've never seen that before. Oh, looks like we might have some machines with fuel in the very near future.
Cities in the blue, calling the cost of the project's realization borderline criminal and its scope outrageous at least. Despite vocal opposition, the Floating Cities project does not appear to be slowing down anytime soon. According to former General Olaf Wildstrom's latest statement on the issue, we are fully aware of the strain this puts on our people. Nevertheless, our options are becoming increasingly limited. We must pull through this together, or join Stockholm beneath the waves. Wildstrom refused to comment on the rumors regarding the modification of his personal yacht. When further asked about the Floating City project's whistleblowers, Olaf Wildstrom chose to terminate the interview. Reaching out to these anonymous sources, we were able to further corroborate his story.
Interesting. So Olaf definitely seems like he's a interesting fellow. I'm still looking for one more thing for the explosive here, but we do have some pretty cool notes from this one. The last ones weren't as detailed, so that's nice. So I guess I gotta do a little bit more running around to find the last thing we're looking for. I completely forgot we picked up the green keys, so that brings us up into this room, and I did some parkour around seeing if that was the way that we had to take. And I did see this note and the lighter we're looking for on this bed through this glass here.
Get to the lifeboats! Hurry!
Olaf, you coward!
Watch out!
So it looks like they were either beached here or purposely brought into this little rocky cove that the yacht is in at the moment. So now that we have all three pieces here, The journal is a bit broken. It doesn't like to open. Now that we have all 4 pieces for the explosive here. I'm not sure if I can say that word on YouTube. I'm gonna go craft that, and we'll come right back to that door. And after doing some skillful maneuvers around the rats that respawned, we just gotta place the bomb right down there. I mean the explosive device. And that was a pretty neat explosion into this room here. Looks like there's not much in here besides a note, some blueprints for an engine, and a steering wheel. So that's definitely going to be something pretty cool. I guess that's what our biofuel is going to be used for. And lastly, we have this note here, which I believe is just going to be coordinates to another place. Yep, looks like we have something at Balboa Island. So I'm not sure if we needed these things for anything. I guess the recorder was for some of the notes here. But that was definitely a pretty cool adventure here. Now there is that one more thing I'd like to do before finishing off this video is extend these things out. I believe I want to do 5 on each side just to start, and then see if I was correct about the objects spawning around just the center of the raft. And he took our piece away. That's alright, we needed that gun anyways. So if they do spawn around the center of the raft, then expanding out that way more would be quite efficient. If not, we still have more collectors going. So I'm going to do a bunch of crafting and see how close I can get in this episode. Alright, after doing a good amount of collecting some resources around the area and what I had left on my raft, I was able to craft only 7 of these. They take a lot of rope, which is a lot of the leaves. So for right now, 7 is pretty good. We can expand at least one side by 5 or do a couple on the other side. So we're gonna expand I guess out this way, maybe 2 on this side, and then cap it off so our friend Brucey here doesn't get to it. And then a couple more on this side. Looks like Bruce did get to our collectors before we could expand on it or protect them. So I guess that's all that we can really expand out at the moment, because I do have to get to sailing again before I can actually collect more. This tree is definitely not going to give us enough to the craft. I believe we need 20 for every side to be 5 outwards. So I think this is a great spot to end off the episode. I guess let's type in these numbers really quickly. 3491, and then yep, about 2,000 meters away. So maybe next episode we will get into crafting the engine, because I believe that is going to go much faster than our current setup of just 2 sails. And then I believe we're going to need a steering wheel to go along with that. But that's definitely going to be a next episode thing, because we do have to do some resource collecting to get to these. And then also expanding this raft. So if you do want to check out next episode and see the exciting stuff we're going to get into, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and then you get to stay updated and notified of my current videos and upcoming videos. And with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.